everyone? We're back with another episode of the JDA show, episode 28, coming at you here on a Tuesday night, December 8th, around 9 o'clock. Jesse, Andy, what's going on?
What up?
Yeah, so I guess we can get right into it and start talking about this big Patriots win that happened 2 days ago.
The only one that I saw coming.
45-0 victory.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll start things off, Jesse. I'm pretty upset that you picked the Chargers in your parlay.
I was going to reference it.
And then you fucking picked the fucking Pats and the picks against the spread. I think we need to disqualify you.
Hey, how about this? I think the Chargers money line was my pick for the parlay, so I could have been right in both because the spread was Pats plus 1.5.
That's true.
So I had that in mind when I made those picks. But, I had to cover my bases, you know?
Fucked up.
Now I'm just right.
It's the definition of sitting on a fence. You can have a positive outcome either way.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I thought it was I was pretty. I'm not gonna say I was really confident, but I thought the Chargers were gonna win on Sunday, and they were never in the game. The Patriots absolutely fucking steamrolled them from great special teams, great defense. I mean, the offense was all right. I mean, they had their moments, but I think that game was mostly about the defense and special teams.
Has there ever been a game that a team has won 45-0 where the starting quarterback is thrown for under 100
like
yards?
68
Probably
yards.
Not. I'm sure not.
No way. I mean, how many
games have been 145-0 anyways? Probably
True.
like
what did they
couple
have?
dozen.
But how many times does a team put up that many points? Period.
Yeah.
Was it
like
two
over
special
40
teams touchdowns? The gunner return and the blocked field goal. There was no other like defensive touchdowns, right?
No, and then what? 3 rushing touchdowns for Cam?
Yeah, I know he had one. Didn't he throw in the Harry too, though?
He did, yep.
And then I think Stidham had one at the end.
To Gunner.
To Gunner, yeah.
Yep.
So, I mean, I shit on Gunner a lot, and I'm going to continue to do that because of all of his kick returns that he takes out of the back of the end zone to the 15.
Are you ready to call him Mini Edelman?
No, I wasn't somebody up there saying that during the game. Yeah, like, relax. But, yeah, I think also another thing is Bill Belichick has not lost to a rookie quarterback since 2013, Geno Smith. So, I mean,
but then it's not
that's the rookie quarterback you lose to.
Yeah, it's Geno.
Yeah.
But, no, I think it looks like the special teams and especially the defense is starting to come around now. Like, we're getting deeper into the season. Gilmore had another great game. So, I mean, I like the trend of the way the defense is going. It's just the passing game still scares me because we're going to run into a game where you're going to need to throw the ball. Mm-hmm. And I don't trust this offense to do that from Cam and the weapons.
Yeah. It was a great win. It was like watching the Patriots of old absolutely just dummy a team like that. But, I think we need to curb our enthusiasm a little bit and understand that it's still a long shot for the playoffs, in my opinion.
So
we're getting close to that 50% chance mark, though.
I think after the game on Sunday, Jesse was saying that if they win on Thursday night against the Rams, they're getting in.
Then we could talk.
But the thing is, like, if you're saying that, are you saying that they're going to win out too? Because they need to win out still. I think 10-6 is the magic number, so you have to win out. And I'm going to hop on board. I think if they beat the Rams Thursday night, they're going to run the table. Yeah. Because then you have 10 days to prepare for another rookie quarterback against Miami. Yep. You have the Jets, and then you have Buffalo. Buffalo obviously looked great last night. I don't think that – but I think all we got to do is split that season series. I could see them beating Buffalo on Monday night, week 16.
Almost beat them the first time.
If Cam doesn't fumble the game away.
With the playoffs on the line, you're telling me that we're not going to go out and give Buffalo a game. That would be insane to me.
I was at work last night. I didn't even see a second of that Buffalo game.
Josh Allen had a really
they
good
were just
game.
like the score was a lot closer than the final score was closer than the game actually was. The Niners really just couldn't stop the Bills at all. They were moving with ease.
Big time coaching mismatch on Sunday too. Like Anthony Lynn just cannot hang with
I
Belichick.
like Anthony Lynn.
I don't hate him either.
I don't think he's a very good coach.
I think the team's
he
probably
seems like a
giving
very
up
nice
a
guy, but I think he's going to be on his way out.
A lot less to play for over there.
Yeah, and I feel like he's.
But think about what you said on Sunday of the shit he was saying too.
Yeah,
you can't do that as a coach. You got to try
to
and get some fucking team morale going.
There's a rumor that he told his team, like, listen, we're not making the playoffs. Yeah. So, like, insinuating that, like, I don't know what the reason for saying.
Yeah, by the way, we have the Ravens Cowboys game on down in the studio here, and I'm coming into the game for me to get into my fantasy playoffs. Hollywood Brown can't get more than 10 points. He's got to be sitting at like 7 now going into the half, so not looking good. But if you ever hear me like start to randomly curse, that is why.
Not quite 7 yet.
He's at 4 for 19. He's at 5.9 points.
What is he down?
Was
like
that counting that last catch that just happened?
I will see if that. No, I think it is. Yeah,
it is.
I'm only projected to lose by a point.
Yeah, I'm not feeling great, but hey, time's ticking. It's almost the end of the first half. But what else was I gonna say? I'm still entertaining a quarterback change.
Nope.
No catch. Wow, they targeted him again. I don't know if that's there. I don't think whether it's in my opinion what's best for the team or not. I don't see them doing that.
I would.
They're not doing it at this point in the season.
They threw Stidham at the end of that game there, and they were letting him throw it. I think that if Cam looks bad Thursday night, they lose. Not even if they win, I think Cam looks bad. I don't think it's out of this realm that Stidham could be your starting quarterback week 15 with a long 10-day break between games against Miami. I think that gives him plenty of time to work with the first team.
It's a big spot to throw the kid into with the playoffs on the line there. I don't think
but
he's ready
if
for
we
that.
lose, then the playoffs aren't really going to be on the line.
Oh, yeah, if we lose. But he just said even if they win and Cam looks bad.
Oh, no. If we win, then Cam's we're riding with Cam as long as we have a shot.
What if they somehow win Thursday night and his game looks like his stat line looked like it did against the Cardinals 2 weeks ago?
Well, what did his stat?
It was 100 yards, 2 picks,
2 interceptions,
no touchdowns.
What do you have to lose? Nothing.
Well,
nothing. There's nothing to lose.
Potentially the playoffs.
No, but I'm saying from when I know that
from an offensive
from a quarterback play position, I don't really think there's really that much of a risk going to somebody else, whether it's Hoyer or Stidham.
I feel like he still probably knows how to do the little things a lot better than Stidham when it comes to experience-based stuff like managing the game, not turning over on handoffs.
He's turned the ball over a lot.
Not getting nervous, yeah, but mostly interceptions. I mean, he's not fumbling the ball.
He's had a few fumbles too.
I don't know. I don't see that happening. I was down for it if they maybe lost this week.
He didn't look good though. He didn't look good on Sunday.
Yeah, but he still had 3 rushing touchdowns. That is good. He had 4 total touchdowns. That's a really good game.
I don't really care. I mean, that's fine with the rushing touchdowns, but they got that far down the field because the defense put them in that position a lot of the times. That they were working with a short field.
He still punched it in.
60 yards?
It just wasn't in the game plan to throw the ball. They were up 30 points the whole time.
Nah, I know. I mean, that's true.
The point is that when you are working with the short field, then Cam is
effective.
Yes, which I know sounds like a cheap thing to say, but there are plenty of quarterbacks, plenty of teams who can't figure it out in the red zone. And I think in the red zone,
I do trust Cam in the red zone.
Yeah, I trust Cam in the red zone probably more than obviously more than Hoyer and
definitely more than Hoyer.
I haven't seen enough from Stidham.
If they lose against the Rams, I'll be willing to entertain it. I wouldn't even mind. Maybe then the argument would be let them go play meaningful football because there's still that maybe outside chance at 9-7 they get in. But if they win, you can't do that.
I think there's a chance if he looks really bad in the first half of this game on Thursday night that he gets pulled.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
If they fall down and they can't trust Cam to move the ball down the field, why not?
I wouldn't. If they're down more than 17 points at half,
there's nothing
I'm all right
to lose.
With that. But if
you're down too,
it's a close game.
But what are we thinking about this Thursday night game? 2 nights away.
I'm not so optimistic about this one. The Rams are good, and they. I think Arizona competed this on Sunday, but
they're not as good as we thought they were.
Arizona's really fallen off. 3 losses in a row.
I'll still say they're still a solid football team, though. The Pats are coming off of 2 good wins, in my opinion. Because the Cardinals are still talented, and they're still 6 and whatever coming into that game, 6-4. I mean,
yeah.
Right, but I like the Pats' chances. I'm not going to predict them to win just yet. But
the Rams are also very hot right now.
Yeah,
they've had a lot of good wins. The week prior, who did they play? Oh, they lost.
I thought they've won bad losses.
They lost to the Niners.
Yeah, they have a bad loss in the middle of all, so they're beatable.
It's a team the Rams are a team that could beat anybody and lose to anybody.
Yeah.
At this point, I think there's a lot of guys to cover there on defense. I mean, it makes me feel good that Gilmore seems like he's recommitted. He's hungry. playing really good defense right now. J.C. Jackson, who got hurt on Sunday, is healthy. He practiced today, so that's a good sign.
I think it's going to come down to if our front seven can get a little bit of pressure on Goff, because like we've talked about time and time again on the show, like if they can only cover for so long.
I think we would be able to, because the Rams shared backfield in Henderson and Cam Akers does not scare me.
No, it's just an average backfield, a little. And they did lose Whitworth. Their offensive line is a little banged up.
Left tackle, right? I think.
Yeah, which is the most important offensive lineman on the field.
You're going against a really good defense, though.
Very good defense. The number one ranked in fantasy.
That I think is going to fucking bring pressure on Cam, and we've talked about it before. Doesn't handle well when the pocket starts to collapse. Get out of the pocket. So I would blitz the fuck out of him.
Yeah.
I think if the Patriots win this game, it's going to come down to maybe some help from the special teams. The defense has to carry them to victory.
Or the running game, too. If Harris can go out and rush for over 100 yards.
That, too. I don't know. I think LA's got a pretty good run defense.
They do. But, if they're going to blitz, running the ball can attack the blitz like that.
I think if you were to look at the two teams a couple years ago in that Super Bowl, you could say the Rams are the more talented team, and hopefully Belichick can out-coach McVay again. McVay kind of, like, shit himself in that Super Bowl. I don't know if you saw that clip before the game when he's, like, coming up to Bill, like, oh, big fan of you, Bill, like, you're the greatest, like, before the Super Bowl, like, come on, man, like, maybe that's something you should say after the game or, like, in a regular season game, not before.
Bill probably heard that, and he's like, I already got you beat.
Done.
I know I'm the greatest.
Yeah, like DeAndre Hopkins.
Bill,
I know.
I think in that same clip, or, like, that same, whatever, like, documentary, that Bill in the Super Bowls or games sometimes walks down and, like, is staring at the other coach to, like, see what he's going to do, like, see if he can catch a bluff. Yeah, because I'm sure he's probably seen tape from all that illegal filming they've done over the years on guys. They couldn't help themselves, and they had to tape who they taped last year? The Bengals. That whole fucking bullshit. But so
all the teams you feel like you need to tape.
So before we move on to some Celtics talk, who you got? Rams, Patriots. Who are you gonna like?
I'll take the pass. We're keeping this train rolling.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna take the Rams. I hope I'm wrong.
If I had to take a team, I'm taking the Rams too. I mean, if I'm being subjective, the Rams are just a fucking better football team.
No, they are better, but I mean, Baltimore is a better football team. Arizona was probably a better football team.
I think you can make a case against Baltimore. I don't know that Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean, Baltimore I think is still better, but definitely not as much as I was thinking a few weeks ago before that game. They're currently on a 3-game losing
also, I mean, not to stay on this subject too long, but it depends what version of Goff we see, because like he's had a lot of games this year where he absolutely shits the bed and is terrible.
Yeah. Well, like last year he was bad.
Yeah,
right?
And the year before he was an MVP candidate.
That's the thing. If Bill knows a guy's kryptonite, he's gonna expose him.
Yeah.
So Goff's got to be ready to go. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Thursday Night Football. First time. Yeah, Pats have been on Thursday Night Football here. I'm looking forward to it.
You know what? I'm taking the Pats. I changed my mind.
I like them this week. I do.
I do.
We're rolling.
All right, so some Celtics and NBA talk. So I think since last time we talked, they did confirm that they got that trade exception of, was it $28 million?
That's a big trade exception. Although I'd be lying if I told you I knew exactly what that means. You want to maybe fill us in?
No. But
it's also damn
so
confusing.
I did look that a lot of them go unused, like 3/4 of them go unused. So I think, I mean, a trade exception is I think I was kind of misinformed when I was talking about a couple episodes ago. Like, you can't, like, it's not just like this, like, now made salary room, or cap room. It's only the money that you can, like,
take
on a trade. Like, you can't do it in free agency. It has to be a trade.
Yeah,
that's what I was a little
so it's like
about.
you make a deal, you trade someone that's salary is $10 million, they would trade someone, say that's $30 million, and they would be allowed to happen because of the exception.
Exactly.
Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, so that's not exactly what I thought.
I wonder if it's something that you have to use in one deal.
No, I don't. I think you can use it in multiple, because I've heard them throw that around if you could try and add a couple of pieces. But he's going to have to, get rid of some of these guys that the Celtics never want to get rid of.
Don't deal.
Semi Ojeleye.
Oh, you just beat me to it. I was going to say, don't deal him. I'm big on Semi this year. No, I'm kidding.
I thought you were being serious.
No. Give Neesmith all of Ojele's minutes, and I'll be happy.
Yeah, send Ojeleye up to Maine.
No, sorry. There's no room there.
Yeah, he's too old for Maine, and he's not good enough for this team. So
send him to Europe, I don't know.
I mean, like,
could be
good for Danny getting the trade exception, but I'm not gonna give him complete, give him credit for the fucking that whole trade situation
But
until he turns something. If he turns that money into something, like if he actually goes and uses it, I'll be like, hey, I was wrong about the Hayward situation. Like,
does that expire?
Made the right move. I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if there's a certain, like, expiration date on it, but...
So, are you willing to tone back a little bit on the Hayward situation hate that we had?
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but I'm not completely, like, giving him an excuse for the situation.
Okay. So, will you bump up your off-season grade from...
What I have
it was probably a C- or a B.
I think it was a C, or C+, since they signed Tatum to Supermax. Yeah, I'll give him, like, a nice C+. I'll take the C out of there. But,
okay.
I mean, if he goes and gets somebody... I'll bump him up to like a B.
Yeah, sure.
But I don't know who else, like who's really out there. I know that Bradley Beal's gotten thrown around.
I think they're going to give it a go in Washington with those two.
They just got Westbrook. I don't know how
People keep talking Harden wanting to go out. I don't want that deal to happen necessarily. I mean, it's like the type of deal that I would. Sure, I'll take James Harden, but like. I don't know.
Like we talked about this, I think you have to give up Jaylen Brown. I don't want to give up Jaylen Brown for a guy that's a flight risk and could be a team killer.
Yeah, who's also gonna like probably abandon ship after 1 year if we don't do anything.
Well, I think his contract is longer than that, so you would have him under contract. But like, what do you think about that whole situation? Him just not showing up.
It's weird. I thought he said Wall was his guy. They go out and get rid of Westbrook because he prefers to play with Wall over Westbrook, and now he's not reporting to camp. Like,
it shows how the players run this league.
Yeah,
like he's almost trying to shoot his way out of town
he's
right
now. Not communicating with the team,
saying he'd be open to a trade to the Sixers. Like, dude, like I don't get. Like, dude, you're under contract.
Yeah,
I can't believe that the league has let it get to this point where
it is terrible.
That's what bothers me. And I think the players deserve some bit of control for their own livelihoods, but. At the same time, you put the fucking pen on the paper, man. Like, nobody made you sign your contract. If you didn't want to be there, don't fucking sign it. Like,
it shouldn't. You should lose money if you're just not showing up for fucking practices. Like,
dude, it's petty. It's immature in my opinion.
Yeah, this is his job. Like, he's just not coming to work.
Right. Like,
dock his pay.
And some of the reasons, I guess one of the big reasons that he gave for wanting to be out of there is obviously, I think, the whole Westbrook situation. And he's not happy with the owner because of his relationship with the president.
That is just...
Which, like, we don't got to get into politics, but I think that's a little ridiculous for a reason to want to be out. Like,
well, then you'd have people doing that on every team of every sport. Because
so I bet if he got traded to the Sixers, I bet his owner probably likes Trump too.
You know, the majority of these old white guys are.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a little... like kind of a lame excuse, but we don't got to get too far into that. But yeah, what do you think? Also think about that trade with Westbrook and Wall, pretty much swapping teams.
I
like it for the Wizards and I like it for the Rockets. I know I always shit on Westbrook, and I do think Wall's the better piece, but I don't know.
Wall's a better piece?
I personally do.
I think it's like pretty close. It's
maybe
kind of like
I think they're perfect for like.
It's a fine trade for both teams because they both wanted to get rid of those guys and get something fresh.
Yeah.
And somebody sent the first round pick back. Was it I think
probably the Wizards gave the Rockets, but maybe
the first
not.
round. I think that's
it would
what
make more sense if Westbrook had a higher value than Wall at this point because he's been playing consistently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, they're both solid. Or they're better than solid, but
both are 30. Like Westbrook's 32 now.
Really?
Yeah, I mean he really is relying on his athleticism. Like, how much longer is he going to be able to be this explosive? The guy can't shoot for shit.
That's a tale as old as time.
Maybe we weren't so right about John Wall's value when we were talking about it a couple weeks ago with.
With the whole Kemba thing.
Yeah, I mean, Westbrook's obviously a different player than Kemba, but like not that far ahead. And, at this point in each of their respective careers.
Yeah. I go back and I obviously listen to every episode. I think pretty much your overall point was you think that the Wizards would consider doing Wall for Kemba straight up, right?
Yeah,
for the most part.
So he threw in other pieces.
No, but you're saying like it didn't even matter the name.
Sure, I was saying like they would maybe think about it for the change of scenery, kind of like they made this deal for the change of.
I disagree. I don't think they would do it straight up, but I was more getting caught on the names getting thrown with it because I don't like Semi Ojeley and those guys getting overrated. So we were arguing and weren't arguing about the same thing.
Yeah, but seeing this deal getting done, like if there was nothing else going on and Houston really wanted to move on from Westbrook, I mean that's not so far out of the realm of possibility as maybe RJ and I were making it sound like a couple weeks ago. Yeah. More RJ than me, you know.
You almost took my side at the end of that little dilemma.
Even though you weren't doing that via text, but then fucking turtled Jesse on the mic.
Nah, I'm just so convincing. But
what do you? So I'm excited. They're opening up the season. What is it? The 22nd or 23rd?
We have Celtics
Milwaukee?
Basketball back in a week for
That's
preseason.
crazy, man.
Yeah, next episode we'll have to do like our official predictions for them and the rest of the league. Because if we do an episode next week, that's going to be the last episode before the season starts. Correct? Pretty much for the most part.
Pretty soon, yeah.
Yeah, because we're probably 2 weeks away from the start of it. But yeah, Christmas Day versus the Nets too. I'm looking forward to that. I wonder if Kyrie is actually going to play.
He's going to play. There's no fans. He's going to play.
True. Do you know if they're in Boston or Brooklyn?
I don't know.
It almost doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He's going to play. If he doesn't, then there's something seriously wrong with that man.
What's
He's
your
still
prediction, RJ? Like fighting for like the 8th seed?
Hey, we'll save that for next episode.
Okay.
We'll tease that. No, yeah. And then another thing, I heard that Kemba's not going to be ready for the start of the season because of his once again lingering knee issue.
Yeah, it's very concerning.
That's a thing that I've calculated into my analysis of the team going into the season. I'm down on Kemba Walker. I'm down on, obviously he's got this knee issue now, and he didn't impress me. He was no-show in the postseason.
Yeah.
Because they took it. I was listening to him on the radio talk on EEI, and they laid it out perfectly. The Heat, whoever Kemba Walker was covering, was getting the ball and attacking every play.
It's like when they had Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah,
they're a liability on defense, but he wasn't good on offense
No,
either.
he wasn't.
Though.
I don't know if it was a mental thing. He was getting the yips, but he did not look good. I know his numbers were still respectable at the end of the day, but if you watch every game like we did, he did not look good.
And if you want to chalk it up to the knee, okay, but the knee's clearly still an issue.
Yeah.
Now it's been bothering him for over a year. Because remember, I used to yell about him playing in the All-Star game. That was in fucking February, and here we are. Season's going to start. It's December, and his knee is still an issue.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That
It's
worries
slightly
me.
concerning. I know it's like it's lingering. It's not like he's recovering from some sort of like
very
ACL.
concerning, in my opinion.
That's why I was hoping that they could have dealt him, but I think the rest of the league knew what was going on with that knee, and nobody wanted him. Because I would have liked a guy like Drew Holiday.
Would you have been willing to unload him for less just to get rid of him and maybe bring in like someone who, I couldn't really give you a good name, but like someone who maybe isn't as talented as him, but
I would have.
100% healthy and
like
an
a more
athlete
of
and
a
maybe
floor.
younger, maybe defender.
I would
like
have.
a more of a floor general,
Sure,
than
yeah.
a guy that's score
Yeah,
first.
just not the name.
A better defender for sure, because
Yeah.
it's not like this team needs it's not like this team relies so heavily on his offense. You know what I mean, like we've got playmakers, we've got scorers on the squad already. So
I'm trying to think of a name that I could like.
I'm open to it, but obviously it would depend what the name is.
Yeah. I mean, shit, I don't know, but I would be willing to move from him. It looks like we're stuck with him for this year, though, and if he doesn't do good, that means we're stuck with him for the rest of his contract.
What about like
deal, so 4 years.
What about like a guy like Buddy Hield, like you sent to us?
That would be a great guy. For
I would
trade
like.
exception.
Obviously, we would still need to do something about our point guard situation, unless we're going to convert Marcus back to like our starting point guard role.
Marcus, and you still have. Teague's not your starting point guard, but
True. I would think Buddy Hield would be a perfect off the bench piece, like scorer, 3-point shooter.
What do you think you'd have to give up to get him, though?
I don't know. Sometimes you see those wacky deals where like people go for cheap, like loads of picks for a player type deal.
I wonder what his value really is.
I mean,
like how much Sacramento values him.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have to. I mean, I'm figure you're gonna have to give up a body to get him.
Sure, but it's not like we're gonna have to get rid of like Smart, Walker, Tatum, or Brown. He's not that valuable.
Yeah, but then I don't really.
Could be something like
it's
you
gonna
could
have to
probably do Tyson a lot of picks.
Yeah, I feel like they would look for a name and
Rob Williams and like.
But if they're looking,
Robert Williams would be a perfect piece to attach to that trade.
Yeah,
because I mean,
I think they would look for a top guy like that. I would. Buddy Hield's still young, so
he's not that young. He came into the league at 26. He's already like 27,
Damn,
28.
he was 26 when he got drafted?
Yeah, bro, he was a 4-year senior.
Damn, I didn't know
What year
that.
did he start going to college? 22?
I don't know. He's 26 now, at least. I don't know what it is, but
okay, but
either way, he's older.
Yeah, so then did you also see how they're not doing a marijuana testing?
That's cool.
Yeah, do you think there's any chance that guys are going to be
Smoke
playing
up.
high?
Yes.
Playing high?
Do you think that already
Yes.
probably happened?
Is
Yeah.
J.R. Smith still in the league? Is he still playing? Are you kidding me? He already plays high.
Yeah, he's Buddy Hield's 28.
Wow.
Wow, holy
So,
shit.
Yeah.
How many? Wasn't he in Jalen Brown's draft?
Yeah, he
Wasn't
was
he?
drafted in 2016, 4 years ago, so he got drafted at 24.
That's weird. How fucking long was that dude in college? You get held back a
He
couple
might have
years?
like started late or done a lot of prep years.
That's like the
something.
dude that remember the dude that the fucking Browns drafted that was like 28? You know what I'm talking about? Brandon Whedon or something. He was like 28 when he got drafted. You don't know who I'm talking about?
I don't.
Damn. Yeah, I think his name was Brandon Whedon.
The name sounds familiar.
From Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I remember. He was wicked old when he came out.
Yeah, he was like 28. Yeah. Wentz was 26 when he came out of college too.
Oh, Carson Wentz.
How does that happen? I don't.
They dick around. They go to these JUCOs and fucking.
Yeah, we'll get to Wentz
save their eligibility. Yeah, that bum. Can't wait to face that.
No, maybe not. Last thing I want to talk about with the NBA. So I think like tonight is a perfect example of the NFL just not giving a fuck about COVID. We don't give a fuck that a guy tested positive 15 minutes before the game. We're rolling on it. Worries me if the NBA is going to have that same attitude towards it, because if they don't and they're more like cautious about it, it's not going to go as smooth as the NFL. You're going to see games get canceled and pushed back.
Do you think if that begins to happen, though, that players, like the Players Association and the league owners would be opposed to just going straight back to a bubble like they did? Because the bubble was so effective. The bubble was
I don't know if the players could mentally deal with another bubble like
for the whole season.
Yeah, that's a long time.
You know how many of them were complaining about it the whole time? Like some people left the bubble because they didn't like it.
It'd be a good solution, but on the other hand, like you said, I don't think guys would want to do that.
Once they start losing, then they're really not going to give a shit. I don't know. I think they're gonna. It's the NBA. Adam Silver does really well with these guys. I think they'll take it slow, smart.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, yeah, they did do a great job. This past season for it, but
you can only push the season back so far because they're the Olympics. They're going to play in the Olympics.
Yeah,
so I think they have till July to get it going.
I mean, we'll just have to wait for like the next 30 positive tests to come out of this Dallas-Baltimore game.
Yeah, dude, if that happens,
did you see about that?
I kind of picked up the pieces.
Dez had an inconclusive test, then they pulled him from warm-ups.
Yeah,
and he tested positive. And, right before the game started, all the guys on Fox were like, so we're not sure if this game's happening because everybody's been in close contact with Dez.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, no, the game's going to happen because Dez showed up to the facility much earlier than everybody else. And
so he wasn't around, trying to play it off.
Yeah,
cool.
they weren't really.
There's probably guys out in the field not wearing masks. He's probably dapping up guys on the other team.
Did you see what Dez said?
He definitely wasn't dapping up any Cowboys players, but
did you see what Dez said on Instagram? He's like, I'm
gonna call it a quit.
He's like, I'm done calling it a quit after that with this season. I can't take this anymore.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, so I don't know. Crossing my fingers about the NBA. On the other hand, Biden said that he's promising 100 million vaccines within the first 100 days of his presidency.
So aren't vaccines coming out this month? I read some article that Mercy Hospital is getting some.
Probably Great Britain already has a bunch. They're already rolling out their first cycles of them.
Will you guys take it?
No.
I want to wait a little bit.
No, I'm not putting that in my body.
Oh, absolutely. You can give it to me tonight and I'll do it.
Would you?
Yeah, dude. I don't... if they're giving it out to the public... I know some people that are not even anti-vaxxer, but conspiracy or worried.
I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I'm not even a conspiracy guy. I just
want to watch and make sure there's no side effects. I just don't feel comfortable putting a fucking
drug in my body that was rushed to get on the shelves.
If there's going to be some crazy side effect to it, it's not going to go out to the public.
Okay, but you don't know that.
I'm pretty confident. I mean, you're right. I don't know.
I'm down to wait. I'm going to wait.
Nobody knows that.
Nobody knows
what the long-term effects.
3-4 weeks after it's released, see what the consensus is.
Imagine
see what the stories.
The side effects, you grow a second head, something fucking crazy like that.
Jesus.
Or it's just immediate cancer.
There's gonna be so many liars out there.
Maybe a brain tumor or something.
I can already picture the stories on Facebook.
I'm good. I don't
from these crazy people. I know someone who took the vaccine and they're deathly ill on their deathbed now.
I want to think it.
Yeah.
Facebook, fucking cesspool for fucking dumb old people.
Boomer Central.
Yeah, literally is exactly what it is. All right, so what are your some of your best and worst moments of Week 13 of the NFL season? Another week down, 4 weeks to go. One of my best moments is this Alex Smith getting that dub last night.
That was
for the Washington football team. I think
that was awesome.
His legs gushing blood.
Which we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah, Andy's got to take his big... I listened to that episode on my drive in, and Jesse
was confident.
Yeah, Jesse, I think he said that you said it was a gimme, and that Andy was
okay.
We don't got to recap it, but yeah, that was one of my best moments. Is just the guy was... You see him bleeding out of his leg, too?
Yeah, he's a trooper. It was his Kurt Schilling moment.
It's a good story.
Gushing blood.
Yeah, good. I think it's a good story for him and that team.
Yeah,
what Ron Rivera went through too, and they're hanging in there, 5-7, tied for first place in the division.
What one of my best moments was my guy. Another thing I was right about, my guy Baker Mayfield absolutely torching the Titans. Lit them up. They were up 38-7. It wasn't even close. The Titans made a pretty decent comeback. They only lost by a score, I think. But
a Titans secondary is brutal, though. They've gotten torched before.
Put some respect on the Browns, man. I think a lot of people have been asking whether they're contenders or pretenders, and I know we're going to probably get to that segment. I don't know if you've put them down there for that. Probably not. I mean, you have to consider them.
For what, pretenders or contenders?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to go through the teams that were like in the playoff picture to see what we thought. But
yeah.
I mean,
they are not pretenders, bro. The Titans have had a good season. They've had good wins, and I think they're one of the stronger teams in the league.
That's still a really good win because I said last episode, 2 days ago, can they show up? Yeah, against a good team, and they dude, they mopped the floor with them.
Well, it depends if your definition of pretenders is like win a playoff game or win a title.
I would say like Super Bowl threat. So I would say pretender at this point. But I still think that they're like at the same time they gain more legitimacy.
Not to rain on your Browns Baker parade, but
so I feel like they're just a more legit. They're at least a more legit playoff contender to maybe win a playoff game or two in my eyes. Worst moment I had is Greg Williams, who brings an all-out blitz on like a Hail Mary situation.
Yeah, it looks
gets
like an
burnt,
Engage 8.
Then gets fucking fired like the next day.
You think there's some backdoor story to that? Like the Jets were like, we're going to pay you your contract but fire you because we really want to lose this game.
I would entertain that. It's just because the fact that they fired him is now I'm hesitant on that. But if they had kept him, I would have been like, dude, when do you see teams fucking full-out blitz on a Hail Mary situation like that? Like something's up
20
with that.
seconds left.
Never. And not to mention the fucking corner bit on the underneath fake. The wide receiver who was running that, I think it was Ruggs, was it? He was running a post and he did a little stop and go, and the corner who was guarding him bit on it. I'm like, dude, there's fucking 3 seconds left. All you have to do is run to the end zone and make sure that he doesn't run in. Like, they lost that game on purpose. There's no doubt in my mind they lost that game on purpose.
I lean that way. So I hate to do this. I hate to admit when I'm wrong about something, but I'm not willing to die on this hill. Josh Allen showed me a lot last night. I think I'm going to have to just accept the fact that he's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
I was wrong about Buffalo, too. I still think there's a little dummy up there in Josh Allen's head, but the talent is just overshadowing that right now. He looked great last night, and I don't know if I'm willing to call him a top 10 quarterback yet, but he's damn close. If he finishes the year like this, I will be willing to. So I'm going to fucking owe you a steak dinner, too, because the Patriots are... Thank God I didn't do that double or nothing with the Baltimore Pats game. Then So, yeah, I'm just hoping maybe like...
Oh, I should have got a steak dinner out of Jesse in that Washington game, too.
Oh, yeah. You probably could have got some good odds on him.
Jesse,
too.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing. So, when it looked like the Jets were about to win a game, I turned around to Jesse. I said, "See, I told you there's not going to be an 0-16 plus a 16-0 team." And he's like, "Oh, I guess you were right." And then obviously that happened.
Yeah.
Then Jesse looked at me and said, "See, it is going to happen." And I was working last night, and my fucking manager at Dick's Sporting Goods doesn't put on any of the live games.
Oh,
what does he put on then?
Nothing. He just leaves whatever's on. I'll ask him I'm like, dude, put the games on.
What is it? Because he thinks it's going to distract you or something?
Yeah, he's always just like, why? I'm like, because this is Dick's Sporting Goods. Put some fucking sports on.
Yeah.
Why don't they fix that jumbo fucking...
They just leave ESPN on all day, and ESPN didn't have the rights to the game, obviously, so... don't talk to me about the jumbo screen footwear.
That's what I'm referring to. That's like a trademark of Dick's.
That's where I work.
Was that thing been broken for 10 years now?
Right, it's 4 screens, right?
Yep.
That make up one picture. One screen went out about 4 years ago, and rather than fix the screen, they decided to just cover up the whole thing. People used to congregate in that area to watch the Super Bowl. Like when everybody would be stuck working during Super Bowl Sunday, everybody would hang out in footwear and watch the Super Bowl there. And
wow,
so I'm
gonna call and complain like a prank. I'm gonna drop a prank call on.
Please do.
And hopefully the kid who sometimes listens.
Are they open right now?
Doesn't.
Who, David?
Yeah, David. Are they open right now?
You call Dick's right now.
Yeah, they're open till 11 fucking o'clock.
Is the manager in?
I mean, there's not the store manager. But.
We should totally call him at one point and ask him if the big TV works to see what
we should.
Maybe next
I'll
episode we'll prank call him.
Yeah,
Call him right now.
No, I don't want to get fired.
How the fuck are they going to know it's you?
Because everybody knows about my show. I'm a big star.
And they thought, don't some people actually do listen to it?
Yeah,
at Dick's?
I've thrown it out to some of my coworkers.
Maybe that's the next episode.
But yeah, I went up to the front and I asked one of my coworkers to check the score of that game, and they showed that Washington won, and I jumped up and down. I'm like, let's go! I'm gonna rub it in my buddy's face right now.
So that 49ers game, you saw how now they're getting forced to play in Arizona.
Why?
Because San Francisco has that new law or something that they.
It's like the Bay Area in California. You can't have any gatherings of 10 people outside or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So they can't have the games there. So they moved to Arizona.
Yeah.
Who in Phoenix they have a higher COVID rate right now. So now these players got to go stay down there, and they're going to be locked into a hotel.
They should have done it neutral. That would be more fair, I think, if it was neutral, because this is the Niners' home game, right?
Yeah.
So neutral wouldn't really matter in comparison. Not that there's fans, but actually I'm pretty sure Arizona can have fans.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but
you're right.
My main point is that it's ridiculous, and now they're playing in a place that has a higher COVID rate.
Yeah.
And these guys are locked into a hotel. Are going to have to. They're going to be down there for the rest of the year.
You know they're going to be.
Yeah, they can't practice. They can't even go to practice at their facilities.
Yeah, they're staying down there too.
Yeah.
So I don't
know
where
the Niners are going to be playing in Arizona for the rest of the year now.
They played there last night. They're playing there for the rest of the season.
Oh, I thought you meant they had a game against Arizona.
No,
instead of that,
they played Buffalo last night as a home team in Arizona.
Oh,
that's what I was saying.
Oh, that's weird. They couldn't have just gone up to I don't know, any state that has a college stadium.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that was the fucking choice, but
I feel sorry for that team.
Yeah, all the injuries they've had too.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so quickly I just wanted to go over.
Did you see, while you're looking that up, did you see the new restrictions once again by our good buddy Charlie Baker?
What are the new ones? We got to be home soon. Fucking curfew.
Yeah, he's rolling back to stage 3, phase 1.
My mom's worried her hair salon's going to get closed.
It might.
Which it probably will be.
Yeah, you got I don't know. I'm not going to read them, but there's 8 or 9 bullet points I'm looking at. With a lot of fucking limits.
I mean, it's just, I just want this to be over. I know, obviously, that goes without saying. Everybody doesn't want to be fucking living in this shit anymore, but yeah. So this quickly, I'm just gonna go over the top teams in each conference. Let me know whether you think they're pretenders or contenders. All right.
Yep. Let's hear it.
All right. Pittsburgh.
Contenders.
Kansas City.
Contenders.
Obviously.
And then we're gonna do contenders to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We'll say.
Go to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Buffalo.
Contenders.
I'm gonna go pretenders there, but there's movement. Tennessee. Pretenders.
I'm still gonna say contenders because what they did last year.
Yeah, this is based off of actual
getting to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Contenders.
Okay. Cleveland. Pretenders.
Contenders.
Miami. Pretenders.
Pretenders.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna Baltimore. Pretenders.
Wait, there's one more team that I want you to get to. So
Colts.
No, that's not them.
Raiders.
No.
Patriots.
Contenders.
Oh God, I wasn't gonna go to them either. All right, NFC. Saints. Contenders.
Yeah, obviously contenders.
Packers.
Contenders.
I'm gonna go contenders.
Did you say pretenders?
Contenders.
I
you said pretenders?
Yeah.
The Packers?
Yep.
Rams.
Pretenders.
I'm gonna go contenders.
Pretenders.
Giants. Pretenders.
Pretenders.
Who are locked in as the 4th seed right now. Seahawks.
Contenders.
Pretenders.
I'm going pretenders. To lose to the Giants like they did, that's embarrassing. Buccaneers.
Contenders.
Pretenders.
Contenders. There's still so much talent on that team.
Yep.
Vikings, Cardinals. I'm going pretenders for both of those.
Same.
All right. Yeah, what do you think about that Vikings-Bucks game? I'm excited for that game. For some reason, I'm invested in just rooting against Tampa now.
Yeah, you really hate Tampa.
I don't know. I think it's
Is
more to do
with
with Arians. It has more to do with Arians than Brady, to be honest.
When Brady left, everybody here, I think all 3 of us included, said all right, well, I wish him nothing but luck down in Tampa. I hope he brings that team to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And, he
I
has
wasn't
nothing but success.
because a lot of fans were like, fuck Brady.
I fucking hate Bruce Arians. He is such an asshole.
I don't think I've ever hated a coach in the football league.
He's an insecure coach that can't take any accountability for anything.
You just see his face. He looks like a
constantly.
I don't like him.
Constantly throwing fucking Brady under the bus on everything,
and constantly throwing the game away because he doesn't know how to fucking coach. Like,
for real though.
I mean, did we talk about it on our last episode on our little Sunday special about how he just doesn't even know how to use the guy? Like,
yeah, we did talk about.
Yeah,
that
we wasted him.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just so frustrating to see, and I feel sorry for Tom who has to deal with that because, again, like I just said, there's still so much talent on that team. That team, and with a good defense, there's no reason why that team should be 7-5 right now.
Question: do you think that going there, like they kind of laid out, this is how we're gonna play, and do you think Tom said like I can still play that way, like I'm okay with that type of play style, or do you think, like, do you think he's gonna admit? Do you think he's gonna go out and admit that he like is not suited to play that type of game?
No, I don't know that conversation would have even happened.
No, I think it would have had. I think there would have had to have been talks of what they were going to do with the offense before we signed there. Like Arians maybe said, hey, we're going to run a little bit of your stuff that suits you, but we also want to run our offense that we've been running. Yeah. Which it's a quarterback's league. You need to fit your offense around your quarterback's strengths. And throwing the ball down the field is not one of Brady's strengths, especially not at 43 years old.
No.
Yeah.
So,
well, I'd say, he can still throw 20 yards downfield fine. He can throw medium from distance, no problem, and as one of the best. But
okay, but his game needs to be utilizing Chris Godwin and Antonio Brown in the slot.
Yes.
And
his tight ends.
If and when the defenses collapse on that,
his deep balls should be...
Then you could go for a deep ball with Mike Evans one-on-one, but like throwing deep balls to Mike Evans when he's double covered makes zero sense.
And I don't know if we've talked about this. Stop with the fucking switching of the running backs every drive. Yeah. It makes no sense.
That's another Arians decision, probably. He's probably
why the fuck did they bring Leonard Fournette in here to begin with? You didn't need him. Yeah. So
That could be like causing some sort of chemistry issue with the team.
Like, sure, you miss like the Patriots, like every now and then, every couple downs, there'll be a different running back. Not like we're one whole series, you have one running back, and then in both of them, especially Fournette, cannot catch out of the backfield, but that doesn't stop him from throwing these fucking screen passes to him that he drops.
God, fuck Bruce Arians. I say we march on his front door.
This also could have a little bit of
not even Buccaneers fans.
Byron Leftwich is a relatively new OC. This could even be his first year as one.
I think it is.
That could also be a big part of the issue too. You might want to go out and get yourself an established offensive coordinator.
The thing is, though, I still think it's Arians' offense, and everything is going through him. I feel like he's almost a glorified head coach where he still has a huge involvement in the offense.
He seems like one of those guys who's like, no, this is my show.
He's going to override his coordinators.
It's his ego, dude. For a head coach, even if you don't... You can't throw your players under the bus, even if you think that... You have to take some amount of blame. Like, you're the head coach, and he's not willing to do that.
Yeah.
He was not willing to do it when Winston was here either.
It's one thing to put the blame on your players a little bit. Like, Belichick will kind of hint towards, like, effort. Like, if he's ever going to come at his players, it'll be, like, effort-based. But whenever there's success, he's quick to give it to the players, and if it's failure, he's going to take the blame, which is how it should be. Unless there's like a real effort issue, but and with this guy, it's like, I just can't stand looking at his face.
Oh, I was just gonna say that when he has his shield and then like his glasses and like readers too in there, and he looks like a moron. Ooh, pass downfield incomplete. All right, updated power rankings. I'll rattle mine off real quick. I got Chiefs, Saints, Steelers, Bills, Packers.
Oh, I've got the same 5 in different order. I've got Chiefs, Saints, Packers, Steelers, Bills.
The Steelers have been unseated from my number 1. I will give it to the Chiefs. So we got Chiefs, Steelers, Saints, Bills, Packers. So I guess the same 5.
Yeah, so actually,
I almost threw the Browns in there.
I mean, if I call the Packers contenders, I almost have to call the Bills contenders, too, if I have them higher up my power rankings.
Yeah, power ranking and long-term is different.
I mean, it's a week-to-week thing with power rankings.
Wow, another missed field goal for this bums.
Greg the Leg is no longer...
Ass, dude. He sucks.
Yeah, he does.
Greg the Peg.
Fucking cost me $300. What's a Week 13 matchup you're most looking forward to? Mine's Minnesota, Tampa Bay.
Honestly,
is that really the best game that you're?
Mine is honestly the Pats game on Thursday night.
Okay. Yeah, that is actually.
I don't really think there's that many great games. Baltimore plays Cleveland on Monday Night Football. Other than that, I think it's kind of a week.
Was yours the Tampa one you picked?
Yeah,
week 14, by the way.
What'd I say?
13.
For my bad. Don't gotta correct me. But...
Chiefs Dolphins will be kind of exciting.
Yeah, that could be one of those trap games for the Chiefs. I could see the Dolphins giving them a good game.
Do you know if that's in Miami or Kansas City?
In Miami.
Dolphins kind of need wins right now.
That's a team that the Patriots need to be looking to catch. And the Colts and Raiders play each other this weekend.
So that's going to be a good test for...
You're rooting for the Colts. because you want to jump the Raiders.
Yeah.
And the path is just
which the Raiders seem like they're falling off.
My thing
and then
is
we got Steelers Bills.
Yeah.
Oh, true. That's a good Sunday
but
night game.
I don't know if we're catching the Bills.
No. Here's my thing.
Good games.
The Browns are locked in now as a wild card team.
Yeah, at 9-3.
I think either whoever doesn't win that division between the Titans or Colts is getting in. So then it's pretty much the Patriots need to catch Baltimore, Miami,
and Oakland,
which is Vegas, which I think it could happen.
That's doable.
Yeah, that doesn't sound
so. If Dallas could somehow win this game right now, you jump Baltimore already.
We'd be sitting in the 9 seed, 8 seed.
Yeah, 9 seed. I think. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go Chiefs. Let's go Colts.
Yeah, so you're rooting for the Chiefs, the Cowboys right now, and
the Colts.
Yep. And the Browns, too, on Monday Night Football against Baltimore next week as well.
I always root for the Browns.
Hey, you call them sleepers. I actually remember after maybe week 1, you called the Browns sleepers.
So. After they got torched?
By Baltimore, yep. I could be wrong, but yeah, some miscellaneous topics. Did you guys see how the Bruins are, applying to try and play their games outside at Fenway Park?
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I hope we can go watch some of them.
Would you guys go? Would you feel comfortable going there?
Yes.
Yeah, I would too. I was just...
They'll probably have, limitations of, how close you can sit to other groups of people.
Yeah, I figure you probably wouldn't be. You'd probably only be with your party, and then someone would be 10, 12 feet away or something like that.
I'm afraid of getting a cold.
Yikes. Go ahead, Andy. You want to go into your whole COVID conspiracy that you were saying earlier? That's fake.
I apologize. No, I'm not going to get into that because I don't actually believe that.
No, I know. I'm busting your balls. But, no, I think the NHL needs that because they're real dependent on attendance. They don't get as much TV money that the NBA gets. Mm-hmm. So whatever they can do to get fucking fans, and across all leagues, whatever you can do to get as many fans in there, the better. And I know the New England Revolution lost on Sunday, but did you see they made a deep run in the playoffs?
Yeah.
You think there's going to be any movement now in this region and for the MLS and the Revs?
Yeah.
I don't.
In the region. I thought you meant in the country for soccer in general.
No, I'm just saying, do you think that people around here are going to start caring more about?
Probably not around here. We have too many good sports teams, but it's definitely on the come up, man. Even Bleacher Report and ESPN, they're talking about it more on Twitter and stuff. Soccer revolution is happening as we speak.
And then another topic that was high school news, that high school football player who hit the ref after he got ejected.
That was
bad.
That's going to ruin your life, dude. He should get
arrested. Criminally charged.
He's getting criminally charged.
He should, dude. You can't attack a ref like that.
That's like attacking somebody in the stands. Yeah, I mean, that was.
That's a horrible look for any. I mean, I get it. He's a kid, but you got something fucking wrong with you if you're going to deck a ref. And I'm pretty sure everybody here has probably wanted to hit a ref. I know Jesse definitely has wanted to hit refs back in high school.
I may have.
I wanted to deck that old ref at men's league.
Yeah.
That wanted to team me up because Peter cursed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that guy was telling me to fucking grow up. Hey, buddy, I paid for you to be here with the league fee. Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
I'll come over there and break your hip, old man. But, yeah, I just thought, I couldn't believe that he drilled the ref like that. He didn't punch. He fucking decked him.
He blindside nailed him.
And then the ref was on the ground.
It was a good hit. It really was.
Yeah. Maybe his scholarships. He's gonna get more scholarships now.
Yeah. No jobs down the line, but he might get into college with a free full boat.
See, I could just picture a parody Chris Collinsworth review of it. You see he lowers the shoulder. He gets him right. See how he gets him right in between the shoulder and the
now here's
waist.
a guy who.
Now here's a guy who does not care about his future.
Did you see he had apologize for a comment he made during the Steelers-Ravens game?
Yeah, something about women not understanding football.
Yeah, so
wasn't it not
it wasn't
even that
bad. So I guess he said he'd been talking to Steelers fans. And he was like, "Oh, I was just so impressed by the Pittsburgh's fans' knowledge of the games, even the woman."
So he was like,
he was kind of
praising women's Steelers.
Yeah, but the
fans.
issue is
he said even
he's assuming that women don't know much about football. Which I'm sorry, that's true.
Fair assumption.
I mean, if you look at the fucking
poll 100 women, poll 100 men.
I don't
back
know.
to me with the results.
If you look at the NFL's demographic, it's mostly men. So I don't think it's really that crazy to to find a woman that knows a bunch about football.
I can recognize why it's not the right. You shouldn't say something like that on air.
You shouldn't need to apologize.
Sick of shit like that, man.
Yeah, but
NBC has been known to do that.
It's a slip up. It's a slip up on. I'm sure he instantly
could have
realized
said
that he
way
fucked up.
worse. With that Fox announcer said with the hot mic. The baseball one.
That was bad.
Yeah, I don't remember what he said.
He used a homophobic slur on a hot mic. Like, that's, like, horrible. Obviously, you can't say something like that. But for him to just...
No, but it was, like, an innocent comment. Like, there was nothing... Like, it's not like...
Yeah, it'd be one thing if he was making fun of the woman for not knowing a lot, but he was, like, saying... praising them, yeah.
Well, NBC pulled Milbury, like, the NHL guy.
Yep, I remember that.
Because he made a comment. I think that also was about women, too.
Yeah,
something about not having wives in the bubble.
Yeah.
And then they also fired a guy that used to do, like, a color commentator for them because he got caught on a mic talking to another dude about he was in a hot tub with his wife and one of his I think it's Catherine Tappan on NBC.
Yeah.
Was like joking around about a threesome and he got fired for that, which I don't know.
Okay, but all of those are way worse than what Collinsworth said.
No, I agree, but I mean that's just cancel culture at its finest that you can't even say something like that. But yeah, and then last little side topic I wanted to get to, a little baseball minute, the universal DH. So I guess the MLB notified teams that it's not going to be universal. It's going to be, NHL. NL has a pitcher hit, and they don't in the AFC. Or, oh my God. Am I losing my fucking mind? That's because I'm watching the fucking game.
Are you having a stroke?
I might be. It runs in the family. Oh shit. Shouldn't have said that. I'm just kidding. But, no, I honestly don't think that there should be a DH to begin with. Like, I'm fine with just the pitchers being able to hit.
No, I think there should be. There should be a universal.
I like how there's different. I like the traditional aspect of baseball. When it comes to baseball, utter traditionalist over here.
Dude, nobody wants to see a pitcher hit. They can't.
Hey, some of them hit bombs.
It's an automatic
cool.
No, who cares? It moves the game faster. Quicker out. Get the fuck out of there. We don't need some fat ass that can't play out in the field.
Yeah, and you get up, and everybody wants to see them step up to the plate and belt homers. That's all what the league cares about is seeing home runs hit. Especially either give me a universal DH or let the players do steroids again. I just want to see more homers.
I know, but I just want to see the game the pace has got to be faster.
Okay, then make it a 7-inning game.
No, we're not doing that. But I don't want to get into an argument about baseball because at the end of the day, I really don't give a fuck. Because I'm not watching.
You know what, man? Like
it's sad. I wish I cared more, but I don't. Baseball. Sorry.
I like baseball, but like, it's so hard to like baseball
because it's boring. Like maybe if the Red Sox show me something here this season, like I'll tune in. At this point, I treat it like hockey. I'll tune in for the postseason if they get there, and I'll tune in time to time. Other than that, I don't have much interest in the sport.
Yeah,
that's just how I feel about it.
Me, I couldn't agree more, RJ.
All right, let's get to our betting segment. Betting/fantasy. Parlay for me of the week. It was weird trying to look at these game lines because it's fucking Tuesday, or days away from some games. Mm-hmm. But I like Minnesota +6 versus the Bucks. I like Washington +3 versus San Francisco, and I like the over 51.5 Vegas versus the Colts. 25 pays out 152.
Dig it.
Sorry, guys. There's gonna be no Jesse's plus money parlay this week. I didn't have one.
Do you ever come prepared?
Actually, Jesse, you sent me this one. Remember?
Oh yeah, actually, what was?
You sent
me. I forgot all about it.
You sent me Bills money line, Colts to cover -2.5, -2.5, Chiefs to cover -7.5, and the Patriots to cover +5.5. 20 pays out 210.
Ooh, are we going halves on that this week? Maybe
I'd be down.
But Pats aren't it?
It's your bet, so if you let me in, then
that Bills Steelers is almost like a pick'em right now, right?
Yeah, I think the Steelers are -2.
Okay,
but yeah, the Bills
because the
Bills are
I have it written down as like a pick'em,
line.
so if that changed, we'll have to update that.
Yeah, I can check.
But yeah, so my lock of the week is I like Kansas City 7.5 versus Miami. I think Miami is a little bit of a little fraudulent. So yeah, I'm going Kansas City to cover. Mm-hmm. That might be from upstairs.
No, you can tell the difference. But
you got a lock.
Yeah,
now.
the Chiefs are definitely gonna.
I can come up with one in the blink of an eye.
All right, let's hear it then.
Patriots money line lock. No, that's my
you
my
could say
long
that the
shot
cover
of
is
the
a
week.
lock.
No, honestly, my lock for that game is gonna be the under of whatever it is.
Okay, I think it's like 46 or 47,
which isn't too high, but I'm still willing to call the Pats a solid defense, so I'll say 2 solid defenses. If the Pats are gonna win, probably gonna have to keep it relatively low scoring.
Agreed.
Like that something like
that.
Yeah,
I don't
Charger
see
score.
The Patriots putting up many points against that Rams defense.
Yeah,
like
maybe lucky to get
a couple,
20.
Yeah, like 17, something like that.
I wonder what they're averaging for points this year, points per game. Probably under 20, you think?
It's probably right. I bet it's hovering around 20.
Man, do I not think Lamar Jackson is that good of a quarterback, but boy, can he run.
Dude, can move like
he's
nobody
elusive, more elusive than watch this run here. And it's not even one of his better ones, but he's just like elusive, like the best wide receiver is elusive or something like that. He just knows how to hit those angles and make those jukes.
Yeah.
So you got to lock Andy or you get to move on to fantasy?
We can move on.
All right. My fantasy sleeper is T.Y. Hilton. He's coming off of a good week versus the Raiders. The Raiders do not have a very good defense.
No, I think they might give up at least in the top 5 for opposing wide receivers.
Yeah, it didn't look very good against it. They got gifted a win against the Jets.
My sleeper is going to be Dante Moncrief against the Rams. That's Brown. That's game.
Is it?
Touchdown.
Oh,
RJ!
No, he's out of bounds. Fuck!
Oh, is there a chance that he
was?
was?
Nah, I think it's a catch. Well, there goes my season.
Oh.
One.
Yeah, and he dragged it. Did he
possess it? Did he maintain control?
Ooh.
Come on, I want to see that again.
There might have been a little bit of movement there.
Oh, jeez. If that's the end of your season,
he's teetering on a hopeful.
It's whatever. I've got in my other 2 leagues, so.
Yeah, if you go, I went in 2 and 3 in leagues made for the playoffs.
It's a lot to ask to make it in all 3.
Definitely is.
Leagues. And then, Andy, you got a sleeper or no?
Yeah, my sleeper is Ty Johnson for the New York Jets. If Frank Gore can't go, then he filled in for Frank Gore once he went out. Frank Gore went out within the first 5 minutes, and he actually put up 22 points in fantasy that day, so he had a nice productive day afterwards. So if Frank Gore's out, then you got to start Ty Johnson.
Okay. All
right. My stardom, there it got confirmed. God damn it. My stardom is any Seahawks player versus the Jets. And then my situm is Mostert versus Washington. Washington's got a good run D.
How do you do? And he didn't have a good week.
Mostert,
right?
Yeah, he only had 5 points last night against Buffalo. So because they're giving this dude Wilson some fucking carries.
Situm, Jared Goff.
What?
I'll keep it in the past.
Jared Goff. Okay, they said Stidham. I was just tripping out a little bit.
Who was your stardom?
My stardom was his or mine.
Any Seahawks player.
Mine was Dante Moncrief.
Oh.
Yeah, I like maybe. Their best corners are going to be on Myers and Bird. Maybe Moncrief will go 6 for 70 with a touchdown, something like that. He had a couple good balls in this past game.
I didn't even know he had a catch, to be completely honest.
He at least had one good play, I remember, where it was like a 20-yard ball. But
all right, let's get to our picks against the spread.
We didn't get those written down yet, did we?
I can read them off, too.
We're going to need to move to the back of this one now. Pending. All right, so... Well...
We're going to have to wait for this Baltimore-Dallas game.
Yeah, it's too early to call.
What's the score
It's a 14-point game right now. The spread was 7 in Baltimore's favor. Yeah. I'm almost willing to give them
a win for now.
A tentative win for the Ravens. So we'll give them the check marks. So that means last week I went 2 and 3. RJ's looking at 2 and 3 as well, and Andy's making that push that he needs with a 4-1 week.
Yes, sir.
Yep. He gained 2 games on everybody.
Yep. So Andy's sitting at 24, 35 and 1. 35 and 1. RJ's sitting at 29, 30 and 1, and I'm sitting at 31, 28 and 1. So the gap, Andy has cut his gap between him and RJ to 5, me and him to 7. RJ sitting 2 back of me still.
Just so depressed.
Yeah, that took the air out of the room a little. I kind of feel for you as well.
Yeah,
but I'm happy because I would have had to play RJ. He's got a pretty good team.
It's an unlucky season.
Are you still in the?
I hope so.
Money for points.
I hope so. So I don't have to pay the league fee.
It's gonna be damn
I don't
close.
know if Zeke gotten a touchdown.
He's been playing decent. We should check on that. Or Andy, you check on that. We'll take care of this.
Zeke's only at 7.6.
I'm probably good then.
What is Tyler at?
Tyler's at 166 points today.
That's not going to be enough.
It's RJ at?
Well, you were leading him by 40, right?
33.
I'm at 150.
Yeah, Tyler's only projected
16 more
points.
Then yeah, RJ's going to at least get paid out for most points. This is a great title to have.
So we got New England's +6.
I'm still writing these down. So
all right. Well, let's see if there's anything else I want to talk about. No, not really.
I never put.
How about we haven't really gotten. What's the deal with our Bruins this year? You think how are we feeling about them? We didn't really get.
I don't know a single.
I hate the Bruins in hockey, but
I don't know a single thing. What went on with their offseason? Like, is Char going to be here? Is Rask? I know nothing. They didn't do anything.
Silence because shame. of how this last season ended.
I just don't. I don't know what the hell's
President's
going on in the
Cup
NHL
to what?
offseason.
Second round exit?
Yeah, was it second round? Yeah.
It wasn't first?
No, because they beat Carolina in the first round and lost to Tampa.
All right.
Tampa was so good, though.
First game is what?
It is New England +6 versus the Rams. Andy, can you get out an updated spread on the Steelers Bills game?
Do you want me to reference Bovada? Or?
Yeah, Bovada's fine.
All right, we're going to call them as we write them down. So we got the Pats +6 against the Rams. I'm taking the Pats.
I'm also going to take the Patriots, but I think the Rams win outright.
Andy, you got the Pats covering 6?
Yes.
All right, what's our next one?
Next up, we have Miami +7.5 versus Kansas City.
7.5?
Yep.
I will go with...
I'm going Kansas City.
I'm going to go with Miami.
I'm going to take Kansas City.
They have not been covering as much as they should. They're in a lot of close games.
That's kind of why
against Denver.
That's kind of why I think they will.
They're due.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Vegas +3 versus the Colts.
+3. Give me Indy.
I'm gonna go Vegas, even though I should need to be rooting for the Colts to win to help the Patriots out. But yeah, I'll take Vegas, even though they're coming off a really bad showing against the Jets.
I'll take Indy.
All right, next up we have what's that Pittsburgh Buffalo game?
So the Bills are actually -2.5.
Wow.
Against Pitt?
Yeah.
Jeez. Well, they do have a lot of injuries racking up over in Pittsburgh. I like the Bills. They're riding some momentum here. I think. Actually, no, scratch that. The Pittsburgh has a really good D and really good secondary. I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. Getting the points. You said 2.5.
2.5.
I'm gonna go Steelers as well.
Yeah.
Really tempting to pick Buffalo though.
I think the Steelers suck, so I'm taking Buffalo.
All right. And
last up we have Baltimore is -1 versus Cleveland on Monday Night Football.
All right, I'm gonna put you down for Cleveland, Andy.
Thank you.
And I'm also gonna ride your boys from Cleveland as well.
Yeah, I'm going Cleveland.
Because I mean,
actually, no, Baltimore. Give me Baltimore. Give me Baltimore.
It's a divisional matchup. That's not an easy pick.
all right, we got a lot of discrepancies here.
Baltimore also smoked them in the first meeting, so
True, but I could also see them, getting the.
Andy, you got a lot of space to make up some.
So how many games is Andy back? I'm back.
So
2.
right now you're 2 back of me. Andy's 5 back of you. So he's only 7 out with 4 weeks to go.
If he could gain a game or 2 here, give him.
I'd say he's
a shot.
only keep it within 2 or 3 games going into week 17. You got a chance.
yeah.
And what we said, the winner gets like $500 from each of the other guys, right?
Yeah, if I win,
Steak dinner.
steak dinner. That's
How
like
about what if I want a pasta dinner?
Fine.
Put my,
No, actually, steak dinner
I'm
only.
sick. I just had steak tonight. Maybe that's
I
why
don't
it doesn't
care.
sound
But
so
this
good.
is gonna be like in weeks from now.
like fucking January.
I think
February.
I don't think I'm gonna want steak that night.
Okay, well, I'm not making you a pasta dinner. If you win.
What do you want a steak dinner? Like, do you want a pasta dinner homemade, or you want it from like a place around here?
Yeah,
Place.
either or.
What would
You're not getting
be your
pasta.
go-to?
I want
Pasta place.
Alina's. I already told you guys it's the best pasta from a restaurant in Western Mass.
Yeah,
no matter what he says,
I get
it's
it
the
all
best.
the time.
It's Alina's.
It's
You do?
good. Yeah, my parents get it a bunch.
Really? Yeah, it's so good.
They get that. Like,
I get the seafood. It's the Alina's. It's the Alina's. I don't know, Alina's linguine. It's got all the good seafoods
Where
in
is
it.
that?
We're gonna stop
right
the
on
conversation
Russell
here. Though.
Street.
We don't give any fucking free advertisement on this show.
True.
This show is brought to you by Alina's.
We can't say that. I gotta drop that now.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because if I said
What if I
something
just
that
said just kidding?
no, it doesn't matter. You said it. Now I have to scrap the episode. Because if I said something that would upset them, or you did, now we attach their name to
Andy,
our
I've
brand.
told you about this place a lot, and I've really
We have zero affiliation with Alina's.
yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'll have
we'll
to
get
put
it for
that in
takeout
episode
one of these
description.
days.
All right. Yeah, maybe
So
next
good.
week.
Yeah, so good.
This is something I forgot to ask around Thanksgiving. Like, what's your go-to like Thanksgiving dish? If you know what I mean. Like, if you had like a perfect Thanksgiving meal, like.
All right, well, I'll start with mine. My plate.
Yeah.
How about that? What's
your plate? Yeah, that's what I mean.
turkey? So let's say turkey.
Turkey's got to be good though. Like dry turkey, if it gets
Yeah,
shitty,
it's
is
tough.
horrible.
If
dude.
you know how to do the turkey, though, it's coming out moist.
If
Turkey.
you have dry turkey, though, you can just mix it with some stuffing and gravy.
That shit's hard to fucking chew if it's dry as hell. I'm
Turkey,
known to
a
choke,
biscuit, cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, stuffing, gravy, green bean casserole.
Whole berry cranberry sauce or jelly?
I prefer the cheap shit. I like them both. Yeah, I like
jelly. Dude, wholeberry cranberry sauce is disgusting.
Yeah, I don't love it.
Yeah, I like it. Nice turkey, stuffing, green bean casserole, and then mashed potatoes. And then what'd you say? Like
I said a biscuit, and then I said cranberry sauce.
Yeah,
and
that's
gravy.
honestly probably mine. Good roll.
Some people like candied yams or like sweet potatoes or something. I don't hate it, but I don't have enough
potatoes with like the marshmallow on top.
That's not for
I've
me.
never really had that. I don't know if I would like that.
I don't have enough room for that on my plate, anyways.
Yeah,
I usually end up my shit's stacked on top of each other.
I'm disproportionately loading my stuffing on that plate. I love
stuffing is my favorite Thanksgiving side.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah, love it.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I had here. Oh yeah. You guys watch the Home Alone movies?
Yeah, just watched it the other day.
What do you like better, Home Alone 1 or Home Alone 2?
I was actually just thinking that.
I can't even remember what like Home Alone 2.
I think I like the second one more. I like they're out in New York.
Dude, the second one was on the other day, and like
I was watching it last night or a couple nights ago.
The scene when he like is in the like in Central Park and that crazy pigeon lady just turns around.
Is that too?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he just like looks straight up at her and starts screaming in her face. And then runs away.
His what's his name in the Kevin what? I forget.
McAllister.
Kevin McAllister screams are
actually the second one's got to be funnier, especially with Tim Curry as the concierge at the hotel.
Oh yeah, that scene where like he like acts like he's shooting the place up.
We love you.
You've been sleeping with my brother. You've been sleeping with everyone.
Those movies are all time.
You guys got anything else off topic?
New season of Big Mouth is out. I've been watching that. It's pretty good.
You got any TikToks that you've been working on, like prepping in your head that you're trying to get out there?
Nah,
I know you're still
trying
to go
gone
TikTok
cold.
famous.
I've just been viewing lately, but it's putting out good content daily as always.
Wait, what is TikTok?
TikTok, just seeing videos I've never seen before all the time, all of which are entertaining. So
yeah, I'm gonna go cook talk famous.
Yeah, food TikTok is big.
I cooked for the first time a few nights ago.
What'd you
last
make?
week. Pork chops.
Spam.
But I cooked them on no, that doesn't count. All right, the spam that fucking smells like dog food.
Okay, but how many times did you have to text mom to ask her how to do it?
When first of all, I cooked the pork chops on like a skillet, and I was obviously getting coached the entire time because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah, sure, but then that's what everyone gets coached for their first time.
And I didn't hate it, but at the end of the day,
you prefer someone else make it.
Yeah. Who
was coaching you?
Marley.
Yeah.
She was like doing homework or something, like telling me how to season it and stuff.
Okay, so why can't you just like Google how to cook?
I could have. It was like a last minute thing. I said, "Fine, I'll do it." I mean, next time I make some mistakes.
I don't like when people say they can't cook. Like it's as simple as like following instructions.
I mean, yeah, I know, but yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But I can't cook like just if you threw me at a fucking stove, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do. I don't even know if I'm supposed to butter the pan.
You gotta have the touch, though. You do. There's some things you need the touch for, you know.
Sure. All right. Yeah. Okay. Are we gonna do this draft, or are we gonna save it?
No, we're saving that. We're already at like an hour, 8 minutes. I know you probably gotta go to bed.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I have to stay up till 11 o'clock these days to do that.
No, we'll tease it for next episode.
Work.
Next
episode.
Do your what?
For work at Dick's, we close at 11 o'clock.
Next episode, we'll do a NBA draft.
It's the worst.
Here I said NBA draft next episode. We'll each draft our starting five.
Okay,
going into the season.
Promise me you guys won't take LaMelo, and we won't have any problems.
LaMelo going to be your top pick?
Did you hear he's listed as 6'8" going into the season?
Is he really 6'8"?
He is, every bit of 6'8".
Yeah, they give those guys.
No, they don't. Remember the NBA cracked down on it last year?
I didn't know that.
He's 2 inches taller than Zion. I mean, this dude's legit.
So you got some nice new grills.
That was a little weird. I don't really understand grills. Like, do they stay in when you eat, or is it just for luck?
Pretty sure you take them out when you eat.
They just slide over the tooth or something, or is it like a whole row?
On, like an Invisalign, like kind of thing. Okay. Yeah, I think.
I would assume metal grills would not be very comfortable.
No, they're also like bad for your teeth. I think
probably.
Right.
Well, I hate them because I can never afford them. But
all right,
if you could, would you have them?
Maybe just stunt on them every once in a while.
I got nothing else. You guys good?
Yeah, actually, no, I'm
good.
All right, thanks for listening. We'll talk to you next week. Enjoy that game Thursday night. See you.